What's up everybody, Soul here with another Sword of Convallaria video, and today we're going to be talking about a team comp involving our boy here, Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher, and of course his adopted daughter, Cirilla. Absolutely can't wait to show you. Call this team the bait and switch, and yeah, let's get right into it. Without any crazy details, make sure you check out the guides on all these characters that are covered in this. There will be links in the description, and yeah, if there isn't a link, there isn't a guide. With that said, here's Geralt, and the way we've got him built in this team is we're running that powerful attack, fleet-footed. We are running Quen sign for those awesome shields, running that Arden spin attack, and that's going to do some great debuffs. It's an instant, it's absolutely glorious. And then of course we got that finisher whirl coming in. Of course, we are running the unique ability Battle Trance as well for some phenomenal things. And so we're running that signature weapon on Geralt along with that Shield of Justice Resonance. And so what we're going to be doing here with that Resonance is we're going to keep Geralt moving, keep him in the action, and make sure he keeps the attack and defense up. And then for that Terror Whisper, we have the Temptation of the Devil. And so if you don't want this and you want to go for like the Hermit, there's nothing wrong with that. Silence the Hermit. It's going to help that damage mitigation, and here is why you might want to run the Hermit instead. Geralt in this team is the tank. He is absorbing damage. You want him to get hit often, so that he can use those Quens to dish out that damage. When broken, it deals 35% magical AoE damage to all enemies around within 3 tiles and knocks them back 1 tile. This is phenomenal. The whole point of this team is to keep Geralt in the fray, in the center of attention as best as possible, and let him soak the hits, tank, and dish damage out for doing so. It's very, very fun, and it works to great success. And for every good tank, or for every great switch, I should say, you need the bait. And the bait is Ciri. Here she is. She is the one. She is coming in with that fatal attack. The Lion Cub of Sintra, Charge, Nova, Homecoming Swallow, that rank 13 skill Lady of Space and Time, running that signature weapon Ziriel, that Maverick's Cloak with the Sword and Wand Resonance for the great reward on mobility and attack and defense, and then of course that Verdict of Justice for some fantastic damage and good numbers. With that said, Ciri, as I had mentioned, is the bait. You have her go in, she's going to take hits, or the enemies are going to want to hit her. She has a great ability of being able to dive in, and with that Homecoming Swallow, she'll jump back to her nearest ally within 5 tiles. And so Geralt is going to be that candidate, and he's got a great ability to give that assisted cover to anyone else that is a dimensional traveler. And so she will absolutely be that. Geralt will switch and take hits for her and do a fantastic job, and she's going to keep him busy while dealing out some great damage herself. Next on the team is our girl Yserinde, and so Yserinde is coming in with a very specific purpose, which we will get to, and yeah, let's talk about her. She comes in with Hypnotic Attack, Silent Wing as a reaction, Endless Web, Plume Rend, and then that Royal Guard Escort on her. And then of course we are running that Newborn Blade on her, her signature Trinket, Crimson Quill, Tongue-Tied, and then we're running that Sword and Wand Resonance on her as well, keeping her mobile and active moving around the field. And then of course we got the Hangman's Dedication as her Terror Whisper, because we want that damage over time effect heightened to the best of our ability. And so Yserinde, what she's doing on this team is she's dropping those plumes, making sure we're getting some good damage over time on our enemies, but also we love that deflection. That deflection is really, really big, because that deflection is going to give our allies some great damage mitigation. As you can see right here, the next instance of damage or piercing damage taken is reduced by 15%. And so we want our allies to run over those plumes, pick up that buff deflection, and deal some good damage over time. She's going to do a lot to help keep Geralt alive. While he is a fantastic tank, he's not invincible, and so you want to mitigate the damage as best as possible from time to time. There's been times actually where it was probably mitigated a little too much. You know, we want the shields to still pop, but you'll find your balance and play around with it. It's still a lot of fun, and she definitely deserves to be on this team and does a heck of a job. I'm really struggling not to play Yserinde all the time right now because she's a blast and I absolutely love her. But yeah, I digress. Next on the team is our boy Taair. And so Taair is coming in here with his Dispelling Strike, Pacifism as a reaction, 1,000-Mile Echo, Healing Spell, Seed of Wisdom. For that weapon, we've got Reorganized Cube. We are running the Old Scrolls of August on him. We do want that Wand and Cup Resonance because we want that Engraving Resonance active on him as best as possible. And then for this, we absolutely picked up the Mercy of the High Priestess on him because we want that extra healing effect on him as best as possible. And so what Taair is doing on this team specifically is to make sure everybody's got plenty of energy, which really isn't a huge issue, but speed. He makes sure everybody has speed. The key thing of having a unit that be targeted and hit by your opponents is to act before them so that you can zone and control and place your unit where you need to ensure everything happens the way it has to. And so Taair gives us the speed to ensure that we act before our enemies, allowing us to have the greatest effect on this team and to do what we need to do. So Taair is absolutely an important part of this team for that reason. Next up on the team is OG Inanna. And so for OG Inanna, we are running that Merciful Strike, Battlefield Trial as her reaction. We are running that Convallaria Blooming Horizon as an ability, Princess's Prayer, and then Flight of the Princess as her abilities. We have that Cornucopia Staff for that pay-to-win goodness. We have the Fancy Hat on her as well, and we've got the Double Chalice because we want the extra healing rolling out. And then we've got that Course of Fortune on her because I like the buffs and I like the extra energy that it provides, though it's really not a huge deal either way. You run what you want on her. Having extra healing as a Terror Whisper is absolutely perfectly fine. If you'd rather have the Mercy of High Priestess, I highly suggest it. This is just what I ran on her personal preference. Now, her role in this team is to heal and heal from far away, hence the Flight of the Princess. You're going to utilize this ability and she's going to keep everybody healed and from a great range, so you don't have to worry. You're not going to be fussed on whether Geralt's taking too many hits, Ciri, you name it. She doesn't have to be near enough to draw attention and to get smacked herself. Just let her go dig herself in a corner, pop that skill when it's time, and have at it. If you can get her close enough to creep around and use that Princess's Prayer for that act again, absolutely do so. Utilize it on other characters out and around. I found that Yserinde and Ciri were great options for that. Yserinde primarily because she was out and around more often. But yeah, Taair would be another good one. But if you can get in there, make sure you get on Ciri or Geralt. It's a little harder to do. Once you have that Flight of the Princess procced and she's invisible, it's easier to get in there and hit with that act again and then get back out the following turn safely. Feel free to have at it. She does have a guard that will protect her and take some hits, but you don't want too much coming off of Geralt. I digress. With that said, let's move on to the next one. And the next and final slot on this team is an honorable mention because I did not utilize them in this team video, but that is Lutfi. Now the reason I'd recommend Lutfi is the same reason I would recommend a Akambe. First, let me go over his skills though. We've got Hidden Peace as his attack, Disturbance, reaction, Full Victory as a nice aura, passive buff, Alienation on him for some great passive debuffs, and then Decoy, which is the caveat, the thing that we really want out of this. And then we are absolutely running that Blade of Stratagem on him with that Maverick's Cloak for the Sword and Wand Resonance, because we're all about being mobile. And then on him, I like to use that Redemption of Judgment because I love to get that Judgment debuff on enemies, make sure they take a little bit of extra damage. It's phenomenal and fantastic. With that said, as I said, Akambe can do a similar role, and you could even argue more effectively. That's up to you, but what I like about Lutfi is that he's going to go in, he's going to use this decoy, he's going to move all of those enemies into one area, which ideally be around Geralt, and then he becomes invisible himself, so that he cannot be attacked. Once he is invisible or cannot be attacked, he cannot be targeted. You just use him as an invisible object to help zone enemies and keep them away from everyone else, and they will just honestly path away. It's fantastic. And so he has a great role in this place, on this team, for that reason. But unfortunately, I did not use him in my video. As you will see, he definitely deserves the honorable mention, which is why he is here. As I said, Akambe does the similar thing, moving enemies, putting them in the right place, but he does not make himself invisible. He is squishy, and so I think I would rather have Lutfi personally for that reason. With that said, let's take a look at them in battle. And so here we go. We've seen this fight. I'm sorry I use this fight all the time, but it's just such a good fight. We're going to ignore Kaya. I'm going to put her away and over in the corner, and she's going to just be, you know, there. Taair comes over, of course, gets a scroll. We're going to buff our girl Ciri and Geralt and get them rolling. Ciri goes in, does what Ciri does best. Active blink. We choose to blink there to make sure that we can teleport back to our friends. Geralt gets teleported in. We double potion, activate Quen, move the guard out of the way, and here come the enemies. Of course, the Geralt automatically dodges the first physical attack, which is absolutely busted. And then there is that Quen, first layer broken. Come on, Yserinde, drops a dagger and gets a hit in. Another Quen, beautiful. And another Quen. So he's just standing there tanking, soaking up damage, and it's a beautiful thing. Here comes Inanna coming over doing her thing, giving the act again, and he buffs his Quen back up. Taair finishes that guy off. Here comes Ciri coming in doing some damage, good AoE, and teleports to Geralt. And Geralt does some great AoE. Absolutely phenomenal. Great dodge. Get hit. It's not really a big deal. We were deflected. Lots of daggers going out now. That endless web. And some good decent damage. Here they come. Step into the daggers. They regret it. They did not break the Quen again. Here comes the heals from Inanna, just to kind of make sure everybody sees it and how it works. It was not necessary is what I'm saying, but we used it.
Come closer.
There it is. Absolutely love that. There's the Arden, and then the AoE hit. Absolutely busted. Great lunge. Drop the dagger right there. We know enemies are coming. Inanna getting those heals out. We don't mind taking that hit. It barely hit for anything, didn't it? Alright, we're just going to ignore Kaya. Keep moving on. Taair with the scroll goodness. Potion back up, Geralt. And Arden again. AoE again. Busted. Ciri goes over and starts some trouble elsewhere. Doesn't get to teleport out because we're too far, so we teleport Geralt over to her. And then here comes Yserinde, dropping some daggers. Absolutely love it. More heals from Inanna. This time it's finally warranted. And some great buffs and heals from Taair. Activating the daggers. Got the deflection now. We blink over. Double Nova. Absolutely beautiful. Extra movement to make sure we get everybody in range of the endless web. And we get more daggers out. Fantastic. Jump over him. Activate that dagger. Here come these enemies. We get the dagger, we get the deflection, we get the Arden. Great damage. And of course, a little blade dance there. We come hit with Inanna, because why not? We've got the extra energy and we're able to. Come over and make sure we set up Geralt for some goodness. There goes Ciri into the front action. We step over Geralt, make sure we're in line with Ciri so we can help protect her with that assisted cover, and we deal our damage. Here's the dagger. He goes for the hit. He hits Geralt instead, or misses I should say, because of that dodge. And it's time to go in on Convallaria and try to get this done. He's chunky, so it's going to take just a second to work him down, but we got it. We get the lunge with Ciri. Ciri does some decent damage. I know some people are saying she does unbelievable damage. For me, she's done great damage, don't get me wrong, but it's not like broken.
Come on, come closer.
Absolutely great stuff there. Good hits from Geralt. Geralt, in my opinion, has done a ton more damage. And so there you have it. That is the team, the bait and switch, Geralt and Ciri tearing it up. Absolutely love it. It is a blast to play. Geralt is unbelievable. This character is redunculous. He is crazy strong, and he's just killing it in every way. Like I have a blast playing him. This is crazy. I mean, Arden is a crazy skill. Not only does it do AoE damage, which you saw, it hits for a decent amount. It 2 hits at 60%, at 30%, making a total of 60. It's pretty decent. And then they can crit. Yeah, but the debuffs that come off of that with the vulnerable, the speed, the move, oh, it's crazy. And it's an instant. It's an instant you can use basically every round, every turn, every round. That's crazy. And yeah, he's bonkers. He's absolutely bonkers. I can't stress it enough. That vulnerable 2 set up before the finisher world, unbelievable. Unbelievable. This guy is crazy. And I've had a blast playing him. And you know, Ciri's not one to scoff at either. I know I snuck it in there last minute. I said Ciri, you know, does some decent damage, not as much as other characters. Listen, that's not to say Ciri's bad. I don't think she's done as much damage as some of these other characters that I have that are, you know, considered quote-unquote top-tier damage dealers, like Camelot. For me, Ciri does great damage, really strong damage, but she's not doing Camelot damage every turn. And so, I don't know. Maybe she is for you. I'm eager to test it and run it some more. I have tested and compared to mine, but, you know, could be errors that I've had on my own. But that's not what makes her good. What makes her doing tons and tons of damage isn't what is her strong suit. It's her ability to get in, do the damage, and get out. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. She has such great mobility. She can get across the map, blink in, go in hard, hit the back line, trigger effects or objectives, and then get out of dodge. It is a ton of fun, and it's so good. She has great utility for that reason. I digress. Anyway, quit yammering and yapping about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop down in the comments and tell me what you think, what you would change, what you'd do different, or yeah, what you valued out of this. I'll be eager to see and read your comments, and of course I'll get back to you as best I can, as I always do. I take great pride in that. And yeah, make sure you drop me a like and subscribe, as it really helps me out. And please take a minute to thank our Patreon members, my soldiers, those supporting the cause, making sure that we're able to get the content, get the resources, get the things we need to keep everything flowing and going. Huge shout out and thank you to you guys and gals. I deeply appreciate y'all. If you too want to become a soldier, make sure you check out the link down below for our Patreon, and then also check out the link for our Discord, where we talk all things sort of Convallaria and then some. We'd be glad to have you with us. Until next time, everybody, I will catch y'all later. Bye.